Now that the Saints draft is over with, I could get my final grade on all the picks that they made. Starting off with the first round, look, a lot of people said we could have chosen another offensive lineman, probably could have traded back, but at the rate, that teams were taking offensive linemen, I could see why the Saints felt like they had to take one. We round two, the one that everybody is questioning. We definitely could have took Shedeur Sanders. He's sitting right there. Why don't the Saints take him? They take Tyler Shough. Look, I'm not surprised because reports started coming out, that they were high on this dude. He fits Kellen Moore's system. But for me, I don't feel like he does, much that is better than Shedeur. Besides him having more arm power and being a lot taller, it don't make any sense for me. As I said in my other video, and I'm not going to get into that, I thought, Shedeur falling had, something to do with other reasons other than his talent. So I guess we'll just have to see what Tyler Shough could really offer us, in this Kellen Moore's offense. Another pick that I really like is Devin Neal. We needed a new running back. I feel like AK got a lot in the tank. He did a lot behind, a trash offensive lineman, no receivers, being injured. Keandre Miller has a lot of potential, but we all know he has a lot of health injuries. Devin Neal is very similar to AK, very patient, a lot of vision, and I feel like he can get us some of those hard yards that, we fight for a lot of times on third down. I'm very surprised that the Saints didn't go after a receiver. With all the question marks at Lavi, we don't know if he could take another hit. Shaheed coming off the major knee injury. We got Brandin Cooks, but, is he the same Brandin Cooks from years ago? A lot of people feel, that we need a bigger body receiver. I think the Saints didn't really go after one because I think they got a lot of high hopes over Bud Means. We'll see, he showed some good things last year. Also, there are some free agents out there that could really help the team out right now. Keenan Allen, you got Coop out there, who's one of the best route runners I've ever seen in the NFL play. They could definitely go take one of those veteran receivers to help us out on third down where I think we need the help at. The big miss out for me is a cornerback. We don't have a number one corner right now. Kool-Aid showed more of a tool. I think he's a perfect replacement for a Debo. They took Quincy Riley from Louisville. Is he a number one corner? He don't give you that right up front. Don't show that, but he can be a cornerback that could definitely step in the right schemes and the right system and make an impact. None of these players are players that I was coming into the draft was like very excited, if we could have got them. Solid players. With that being said, the final grade I'm going to get the Saints is a C+, B-, whichever one make you feel better. Like I said, I thought we could have went in some other directions, for us players. But we'll see. Some of these players may step up. Some of them may make the team and become a very impactful player. But we'll just have to see coming soon.